How's it going, guys? Welcome to Wednesday's upload. It's going to be kind of a musey day today. I hope you guys don't mind, somewhat amusing. Let's just show off how much of a fanboy I fucking am for a couple seconds, and we'll just get right back to this. But, I have a theme team match today, and I was like, you know what kind of theme team do I want to do? I've kind of already exhausted all my options in terms of video games and stuff like that. I was like, you know what? Muse songs would be excellent for this, so I'm going to do that. And that's kind of the theme I have going on for the theme team match against someone by the name of Prensel, I think is his trainer name. That's what I caught. But it was a really fun match otherwise, so we'll go ahead and play it back right now. Alright, now, you can't really see anything about my team until I actually play it back, but you can kind of see that, there's OU and UU. I kind of suspected that people were going to be doing that, so I didn't want to jump too low into Tears of Fate. I'd start out strong, and then if I needed to tweak anything, I would. This is my second round match, by the way, in case I forgot to mention that. But it was still a really good game, so he's going to go ahead and lead off with Machamp. I'm still unsure as to what his theme is. I don't think he ended up telling me afterwards, but yeah, I have my microcuts, because the first lyrics, the first line is "Our hands are red with your blame." He's got these little fucking red hands, and then, he's got these big. I guess the kind of irony is that they're less micro cuts and more of macro cuts. He's got that humongous axe face, and that's a bandit outrage. So, that's going to go ahead and take him right out. Now, it leaves him open to bring in Ferrothorn. I really don't care. I kind of want to see how much I'm going to do and see if it's a physically defensive Ferrothorn or especially defensive. And it does this range where that really doesn't tell me much at all. I mean, that is a banded one, but fuck if I know. I really don't know my shit. Now, he two-ways me here, which is a little unheard of on a Ferrothorn. I mean, I know I see it from time to time, and God forbid he's actually running two-wave with Gyro Ball. That pisses me off to no end when you would decide to run both of those. But I do have a Heal Beller on this team, and, that is in the form of Umbreon, so I'm not too worried about Haxorus being completely dead weight just yet. But I'm going to switch in my Sunburn. This one's kind of a little bit more obvious one. She burns like the sun, blah, blah, blah. Victini, I figured that was a good UU to do it, and, it's got the fucking hottest fire move in the game. So, why not? But the thing is, I'm actually running a special one, so, it's not that bad. But, I'm going to go for the Fire Blast on the switch, try to catch something. I end up hitting the Rotom, does a decent amount, so, I get the feeling that I'm going to need this guy for Ments later, because he does have the Hidden Power Ice on him, and then I think Haxorus is slower than Ments anyway, so I don't want to worry about that. Now we go into Plug-in Baby, who cleanses everything to forget your love. I'll go ahead and leave, quips to the lyrics in the description or whatever. But, it cleanses everything. It's a fucking washing machine. What do you have to do to operate a washing machine? You gotta plug it in. It's perfect. It was one of the better ones I thought of anyway, so. He's gonna go ahead and bring in Spiritomb right now. This is I guess just a standard Rotom Wash kind of thing, a bulkier one, with HP and I think defense is what I'm running in it. But I go out into microcuts fearing the Will-O-Wisp or anything like that, and he ends up going for the Dark Pulse. I'm like, fuck, what am I going to do here? So I didn't know what else he wanted to do after this, but he ends up taking me out in one shot, which I'm like, okay, maybe he's actually a Spec Spiritomb, so that's a little bit interesting. Now this one, I tried to use lyrics or songs that were below 10 characters, but Butterflies and Hurricanes, really? How are you not going to use Tornadus for Butterflies and Hurricanes? I had to. I was like, if I don't do this, I'm going to regret it. But the thing is Tornadus is actually the weakest link in this team, because I think two of his moves, are 70 accuracy, so that's kind of shaky as it is. But I'm going to go for a Hurricane, without the rain up or anything like that, because, no weather allowed in this tournament. Kind of shot myself in the foot there, but whatever. Go for two Hurricanes, surprisingly hit both, and because that is a Life Orb Hurricane, with the previous damage from Outrage and whatnot, it's actually able to clean it out with a crit. Now, that's kind of why I wanted to know whether or not it's physically or specially defensive, to figure out whether or not that crit mattered, because that is, stab coming off a really good spec attack and everything. But I'm still kind of unsure as to whether or not it mattered. I'd feel sorry if it was, but if it didn't, then, I'm not too surprised, so. He's going to go into his Rotom now. I figure I might as well just go into my own Rotom, take the Volt Switch, and then Paint Split something slower if he decides to bring in something slower. I don't really know what's going to be happening. But he brings in a Spiritomb. Now, I'm still thinking that this thing specs, and because of that, it probably doesn't have any priority on it, so I don't really know what I'm going to do about it. I forgot, this one turn in the middle. Okay, so I do go for the Paint Split. That is fantastic. Going to get some HP back. Probably not take this Dark Pulse very well, because I'm not running anything in Spec D. And if you saw how well Haxorus took the Dark Pulse, and by that I mean it didn't, I'm not really going to take this too much better anyway. I mean, I have a little bit better defensive stats, I would assume. But I go for the Paint Split just to get some health off of him and onto me, mainly just off of him so I can, go for the Hydro Pump and be good to go. It doesn't KO, disappointingly, but I'm not too surprised because I don't have anything invested in special attack. So that's whatever. But because now I'm thinking that he's choice, I'm going to go into Dark Shines, and, you know, Dark Shines, it's not really that hard to put 2 and 2 together, guys. I shouldn't have to explain this one. But he brings in Rotom. I'm going to go for the Toxic on the switch. End up missing. Not too vital. I will get the Toxic on this guy eventually, trust me. So I think this is a split defense one. You know, I made custom EVs on this to make it so I think it has 328 or 329. It's somewhere in the 320s. For both defenses, and I forget what nature I'm running on it too. I just, you know I wanted that HP amount, and then I wanted, you know, the defenses, and then that works out really good. So I think that's what I did with it anyway. So it's designed to take hits from both ends of the spectrum relatively well, heal Bell up the rest of the team, and then wish pass whenever I get the opportunity to. There's no spinners here, which kind of sucks, but what I decided to do between then and there, I think I switched out to Victini somewhere along the way, and I'm going to go for the Psychic. Does not work on Spiritomb. Now, because I'm thinking he specs, he probably does not have the Sucker Punch or the Shadow Sneak. If he was mixed, he really would have caught me off guard there. But he doesn't, so I'm able to take him out with a Fire Blast. I'm thinking maybe he was banking on that probably missing or something like that. I don't know. Now, here it comes down to a speed tie, and if I lose this, then I lose the game. But the thing is, I do lose it, but he gets greedy. So he goes for the Dragon Dance, and I'm like, okay, what can I do about this? And you guys remember earlier when I mentioned that I have the Hidden Power Ice? Yeah, that kind of comes into play now. And it's going to take him out in one shot, because that is a Life Orb Hidden Power Ice. And there's not really much else to explain there. So he got greedy. If he'd end up killing me off there, that probably would have been better. I do have Hidden Power Ice on my Tornadus as well, which I don't think has died yet. So if he didn't go for the Dragon Dance and he killed me off there, my Tornadus would have been able to clean that up. But because he did go for the Dragon Dance, you know, my Victini is able to take a Volt Switch thanks to, you know, not being dead and everything. And I'm going to be able to fire off a Psychic on whatever wants to come in. And in this case, you know, it's Tentacruel, going to be able to take that thing out with the Psychic. I love Special Victini. I don't really know why. It's not even as good as Physical Victini. It's just... it's lovely. It's fantastic. So he goes into his Rotom right now. Now his Rotom is Scarfed and is going to choose to lock himself in on the Hidden Power. I think it's Ice. That looks like Ice, you know, because not very effective critical hit. Don't think that mattered at all, by the way. So I do have my Umbreon, and then I have my Tornadus left. Now I don't know why I didn't speed this up, but you saw that I have Toxic, I have Wish, I have Protect. You can kind of see where this is going. You know, it would have been nice to have the one extra turn of Toxic going on earlier, and why the fuck did I not speed this up? Okay, well, story time, I guess. 2 years ago, I went to go see Muse on my birthday in Vegas, and this jacket got thrown on stage during Hysteria, hit Bellamy, and Bellamy's a lead singer, for those of you guys that don't know. And I was like, dude, I need that jacket back. I got it for my birthday today. I had actually gotten it 3 days prior, but I emphasized, I was like, I will fucking show you my ID and everything. It's my birthday, just give me the fucking jacket back. There's no way you're gonna throw away that jacket. So they had to do like this tango line of like 5 guards, like not security guards, but like, you know, stage managing people. Like I was like, come the fuck on, guys. Like really, you're not gonna give me back one jacket that you ended up throwing away in the garbage can? And then they were like, you know what, we'll go look for it, and then if it was any other day of the week, you know, we wouldn't get it. I'll be like, yeah, fuck you guys, you know, just whatever. So, I got this jacket back, and it is one of my more valuable possessions, and, you know, that's the end of the story. So, he ends up dying to Toxic, and that is the story of my Muse team. I have a couple other things that are named after Muse songs, but they don't really make as much sense as these things do. And the last one left, I think, which did not end up dying, and we did not end up seeing, is a Gliscor named Showbiz, who is a Swords Dance Acrobatics set, so that kind of makes sense too. But that's going to do it for today's video. If you found it amusing, you're welcome to leave a like rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. And that should do it out of me. I uploaded TCG a little bit prior to this, so you know, you want to leave a like on this video and the other one, that would be very much appreciated. And that will do it out of me. I will see you guys tomorrow.